Hello, everybody. Welcome to 8-Sided. This is episode number 1 of a series of I don't know how many episodes, but I have a lot to say, so stick around and we'll talk about a few things. I'd like to start off this episode by kind of diving into what I've been doing for the past 8 years and talking a little bit about my background. My name's Diego. I'm a Venezuelan visual storyteller. I make comics, graphic novels, animated short films, murals too, but I'm not going to get into that yet. This is mainly about the comics. In 2016, I booked myself an artist alley table at Florida SuperCon with all my savings, and I challenged myself to put my book out there, to finish my book and put it up for sale myself. But I only sold 3 copies. Here it is. This was my first ever comic book. It was the first step in something that was much bigger. So that first book, Children of Argas, Chroma's Quest, it was my first comic book. It was a 14-page book about good versus evil, friends fighting the evil bad guys. It was very simple. It was very on the surface level, nothing crazy. Even though I managed to make an unreleased sequel and 3 prequels that became a webcomic series, I decided to move on. And I stopped kind of exploring that universe that I had created of Argas. I knew that I wanted to come back to it. I expanded so much on the story, on the characters, on the lore. It just became so much richer, so much deeper. And I rebooted it into the Children of Argas. It's a series of 6 books that kind of tackle Chroma's arc. Each book is 24 pages, so that allows me to kind of explore this with better pacing. After the first iteration of Argas, I moved on to a different project. It's called Scorpia and the Smiling Freaks. Now, this is a 100-page long graphic novel. It's basically a revenge story. It's me pouring my feelings back when a friend of mine passed away. And I had so much anger built up, and this was kind of just a way of me expressing myself at the time. I was very inspired by Quentin Tarantino's work and Robert Rodriguez's work, particularly with From Dusk Till Dawn and the Mariachi series. It's a story about a musician who her and her friends get kidnapped by these circus freaks, and they like to torture and kill people. I was very angry. I was going through a very rough time. I was going through a very dark time in my life. Looking back at this book, and this character in particular, there's a lot of things that I want to explore with her. I really love the idea of having a character that went through such a dark point in her life, but the fact that that doesn't define her as a character. I love exploring her past in Los Pesados, which is a prequel series that I'm working on. I have a script for Scorpia 2. It's kind of moving on from a very dark point in your life. And it reflects my life in the way that I moved on from that moment, and I can't wait to share that in the near future. Another set of projects that I worked on, 8-Sided Comics one-shot, a story called Reflection. And this was a supernatural story about Anna, a high schooler that found paranormal persona within her reflection and helped her fight her bullies, and found someone that appreciated her for who she was through her newfound confidence. One-shots eventually spawned another series, Intergalactic Street Artist, kind of tackles Draagy as an alien crash landing in Miami, and he discovers all these partygoers and empanadas, and he connects to humanity through those things. Draagy is my mascot. It's the 8-sided mascot. It's basically this little blue alien with red eyes, red hair. He's a cool guy. I've explored storylines with him in the past, and I have a lot of storylines that I want to explore with him in the future. So keep an eye out for Draagy. That's more or less what I've been working on in the past 8 years. And moving forward, I'm really pushing more for animated short films and more comics, more graphic novels as well. And I'm excited to see where these stories take me and how I can tell these stories in different ways and expand on them. I'm really excited for the future of 8-sided comics and 8-sided studio, which is my animation stuff. Stay tuned for more, and thank you for taking your time to watch this video and getting to know me and what I've been working on.